We're in Schelle, in the San Marco village, and today is the final of the BBC TELENET Public Speaking Awards 2014.
Being here today is pretty amazing. The group is amazing, the room is amazing. I'm looking forward to speak here.
I'm just really honored to be here actually. I mean, today is just the ending. It's just really just a party, saying your speech and being with all the other participants. Right, it's just great to be here.
Are you nervous?
Yes, incredibly.
You have to laugh. That's what my teacher told me.
I actually do get quite emotional because I really like the guys. We became like friends, and I don't want to think that this is our last time competing at these awards together, and that I might not see them afterwards. I really hope that we stay like a close little group and still keep on having fun and doing things together afterwards, because I'm hoping this isn't the end.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very proud to welcome you all today at the 7th edition of the BBC and TELENET Public Speaking Awards, especially our 10 finalists, their teachers, family and friends.
This event is something the BBC and TELENET have been organising for the last few years. It's something where we work with TELENET, they're our partners in Belgium, and through this event we actually are able to work with local schools, with local children, and create something which I think sort of shows how people can debate, discuss, and ties in with what the BBC is trying to do overall about educating, informing and entertaining people.
I would call it sort of a feel-good event for everybody. Here you have what was originally, I believe, 267 contestants narrowed down to just a handful of young people really just working so hard to improve their skills, their public speaking, their English language skills. So when, as a member of the American Embassy, it's just a great opportunity to come and support what they're doing. It certainly makes everybody feel good when you see all the satisfaction, the camaraderie between the students themselves, and just really there's a certain amount of love as well, I believe.
Well, the Public Speaking Awards are a big opportunity for TELENET to give young people a stage to show off their talent and to emphasize the good relationship we have with the broadcasters, the variety of programs and of channels that we offer to our audience, and it's a win-win situation, I think, for all of the partners.
I love this event. This is not the first time I've been here, but I've come in other years. And one of the reasons I love it so much is I used to be one of those teenagers. Years ago, I just went up to see them in the room, and I remember how nervous I felt in the finals of the Public Speaking Awards that I was in. I remember what they went through, and I also know what this event will do for them, for your sons and daughters, for your friends. This event, this kind of public speaking, lets these kids shine.
So in the preliminaries, the quarterfinals, the semi-finals, we had to do our prepared speech, and we're also going to do that today in the afternoon. But now in the morning session we will do an impromptu speech. An impromptu speech is an improvisation, so you get a card with 3 subjects, and then you choose one of them, and then you get 15 minutes to prepare your speech, and then you go and state your speech.
Coming to this place, I didn't know what was going on. My goosebumps were everywhere.
One born every minute. That was standing on my card a few minutes ago.
I'm still preparing my impromptu in my head, repeating my words, my intro, my outro, stuff like that.
I go to church, and there is one moment that I prefer the most in the whole Mass. It is that one moment where everything is silent.
I'm totally stressed out right now.
It's obvious I'm in the sun now. And right in front of me, I see the sea. I was trembling, I was sweating, and my sweaty hands reached for the pen that was laying before me, as my teacher slowly approached me with this evil smile on her face.
I have that stepfather who loves his TV. I mean, he doesn't like it, he loves it.
I think impromptu speeches are the worst to do because you just have to be so lucky with your topic. So.
Winning isn't everything. Wanting to win is.
And you certainly do not cry, because geez, that is not okay.
Go up to them and just say thank you, because they are amazing people. Thank you very much.
I think it went okay. It was really hard and yeah, it took a lot of energy, but I think all in all that it went okay.
It went well, I guess. It was a bit too short. Actually, I didn't see the red flag that indicates that you have spoken for 2.5 minutes. But I said what I wanted to say, so I'm glad with that.
I think definitely the most stressing part is over. We can leave the impromptus behind, and I think we all feel very relieved. And now the fun can begin, you know, doing our speeches the way we're used to do them.
I think it is far easier to do it because you prepared it and you're more at ease with it than with the impromptu. You know what is coming and you know where you have to look for and where you have to keep an eye on, and you know that you're going to be in time and so on. So I think the fun part can begin now.
It's a great pleasure to welcome you all to the second half of the BBC TELENET Public Speaking Awards. And as British Ambassador, I'm going to keep my words short.
I think this competition could be one of the most important things that these kids, these teenagers, ever do, because it gives them the confidence to be able to cope with any situation, the ability to ad-lib at the drop of a hat. It'll work for them in a work situation, in a job situation, and anything they're grappling in life.
But let's face it, what was the chance that I would ever make it?
Well, I think you do it for life skills. It's to take part because, you know, there can only be one winner, but just getting this far is absolutely great. And it's not just about speaking, it's about listening to people, persuading people, having a confidence in yourself to stand up in front of people.
What happens for one day even if our national securities were down? Those high firewalls were burst. Those missile systems were all gone. Our artillery machines disappear. Would you be able to sleep at night knowing your family was safe? I wouldn't be able to.
So we see the ease of having everything just one touch away. Because, let's face it, clicks are so outdated. But this can also result into something that, in my opinion, is the worst thing technology can do. We forget to care. We forget to care about our feelings and pay attention to what makes us human.
So I have to think about what I'm going to photograph. And I like that. I like the feeling that I don't know what's on my picture. And I love the tension I feel when my photos are developed. Apparently, I'm not the only one. I think analog is that popular because it gives people the opportunity to go back to the initial goal of a picture.
Let's start small. Our audience is one big class today. People in the front, my fellow competitors. You are all the fashionistas of the class. The three things you care about are fashion, fashion, and... That's right.
Because we all know style is everything, right? You may even have to decide who you want to spend the rest of your life with. Which in my case, I hope won't be a cat.
Tons of seawater flooded into the Isar area. As a result, the canals in the valley spilled their water into the fields. Garo had caused an inundation, a natural defense against the advancing Germans, which meant a great support for the Allied troops.
And I questioned myself, what are rules meant to do? Shall we break them? Shall we not? And if we come to break them, where is the limit when it comes to breaking rules? To answer this question, I had to jump in my time machine.
So technology, our savior. Technology, our protector. Technology, our redeemer. My name is Adat Gandhi. I am an addict, but proud
to be one.
It will be a very, very difficult task to make our final decision, and I'm just hoping that the marks will actually show the same thing as the thing I'm feeling. So I'm hoping that one of my favourites will make it, but let's just wait and see.
What I'll be looking for is two things in particular. One thing is, beyond rehearsing the speech, it's the ability to connect with the audience, and that's a critical thing. Connecting with the audience is more than just rehearsing a speech. The second thing I'll be looking for is having something to say. So having a clear structure and really having motivated and a clear idea of what you want to convey to your audience.
All the judges score in different ways, and there are new judges here with us today, so we'll have to put all the scores together and see who comes out on top. And if we all agree, great, then it's easy. If not, then it could be very, very difficult to come to a final decision.
What I would say to start is what an amazing day this has been. Listening to the speeches through the day, this morning and this afternoon, has been an experience for somebody like me who's been to many, many events, made lots of speeches myself, absolutely awe-inspiring because the quality has been so high. And I don't have to speak now with that rather scary set of people sitting in those chairs right in front of me. That row is empty because they're upstairs making their deliberations. So what I want to do is to try to use that time whilst they are thinking, whilst alliances are being made up there, whilst they're forming their battle lines about who's going to be the winner, to talk about the events of 100 years ago and about how we at the BBC are going about reflecting the centenary of the First World War.
On behalf of the BBC, it's my pleasure to be here in Belgium at the BBC and TELENET Public Speaking Awards National Final. This is now my third visit to these awards, but each year I'm more and more impressed with the extraordinary calibre of the talent on display. And I always bring a couple of pointers away, a couple of things I pick up from the various speakers. We heard from Elias, a really interesting story and take on the First World War about the opening of the sluice gates. That's something I'd never heard about before, and I thought that was fascinating. Felix, I thought that was a really uplifting speech about optimism in your impromptu this morning. That was really nice to hear. And then finally, for Reinhard, I sincerely hope that you continue to avoid going to prison for the foreseeable future. So good luck with that. And my colleague Amanda Hill, our Chief Brands Officer for BBC Worldwide, is here for the first time, and I know she's also been really impressed with the overall level of speaking.
I've been asked today to give a short general impression on behalf of the judging panel. The people who have been sitting with their backs to you all afternoon, and I'm sorry about that. But I will be brief, because we're at that stage where we just want to get to the result, and I'm not going to hold it up. But some of the feelings experienced today, tense, nervous, anxiousness, sweaty palms, heart beating fast, and that was just the judging panel. But seriously, as Lucy mentioned earlier, the standard of the participants, view of the participants, this year has been incredibly high. And we said it before, but you are already all winners.
And the winner of the BBC and TELENET Audience Award 2014 is Reinhard Belpaire. And the runner-up of the BBC and TELENET Public Speaking Award 2014 is Adit Gandhi. And the winner of the BBC and TELENET Public Speaking Award 2014 is, your mum's going to be very proud of you, Reinhard Belpaire.
Is this real? Oh God, this was so unexpected really. I mean, I knew I did a decent job because last year I had the feeling my impromptu didn't go as smooth as I wanted it to be. So actually my main goal was just to do better than last year because it was still haunting me like, oh, I could have done better. Apparently I did because I won and I am very happy Very happy. I'm just very, very happy.
Can I ask Birgitte van Zuren from the St. Lawrence Institute, Ghent, to come on stage.
It was a surprise to me, so I'm happy I came out with this with something rather than nothing. So I just want to congratulate my other participants and Reynard especially for winning and getting this far.